Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the September 20, 2021 final public hearing on the budget and taxes. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Robin Aki. Here. Councilmember Frank Banker.
Present.
Councilmember Glenn Gunn.
Here.
Councilmember Leslie Notero.
Here.
Councilmember Rita Swope.
Here.
Vice Mayor Dave Gaddis.
Here.
Mayor Manzo.
Here.
City Manager Len Reeves.
Here.
City Attorney Fred Riley.
Here. Okay, thank you. City manager has provided me with a script. This is slightly different than the way we normally do a regular meeting, just a little bit different order, so I'm just going to take it right as he's given it to me. So first, this is the public hearing on item number 1, consideration of resolution 2021-08, a resolution of the City of Delaware Beach, Florida, establishing the final ad valorem millage rate for fiscal year 2021 through 2022 for the City of Delaware Beach, Florida at 2.0394 mils and establishing an effective date. Here's the explanation. The final millage rate for fiscal year 2021 through 2022 is 2.0394 mils, which is higher than the rolled back rate of 1.9053 mils. The rolled back rate is the millage rate that will provide the same ad valorem tax revenue as was levied during the prior year. The rollback rate is higher than last fiscal year's due to an increase in this year's property values by 7.04%. The reason for setting the millage rate at 2.0394 is to fund expenses for the general fund for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2022. So now I'm going to open the public hearing and I'm going to ask for comments from the public. If anyone would like to speak, please come right up here to the podium and give your name and make any comments you'd like on this consideration of the millage rate tax for next year. Anyone from the public? Seeing no hands, I'm going to close the public comments. And at this point, I'm going to ask for a motion.
So moved to approve.
Leslie Notero makes the motion, and a second.
Second.
Dave Gaddis makes the second. And it's open for discussion, beginning with Leslie.
I have no comment.
Into the mic, I can't hear you.
Sorry. I believe it makes sense to adopt it as is for the reasons we've talked about before.
Any other council comments? Frank Becker?
I believe we should accept the rollback rate as certified by the county appraisers. It's not a big increase, but in April of this year, we just increased the 5 cents tax on the county on fuel consumptions for motor vehicles. That wasn't a terrible increase, but gas is probably going up about 75 cents a gallon total since then. And what we get out of the car, most of you people drive maybe 15,000 to 18,000 miles. It's only going to cost you another $40, but actually what we get out of it is less than 4 cents, 40 bucks. So it's just more tax and spend, more tax and spend. I'm just going to stay with the rollback rate.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, Frank. I said it last time, I'm going to say it again this time. I'm not going to read all the statistics again, but this is a 7.5% increase. There was a 5.79% CPI, Consumer Price Index, increase. Giving you a little bit of history of the City of Delaware Beach back in 2014. This is going to generate, if it's accepted, $1,251,815. Okay, back in 2013, we ran this city with $733,178, and it has steadily went up. $824,897, $876,760 in 2015. We broke $1 million in 2018, $1,060,000. 2020, $1,164,000, and now $1,251,000. We're spending money on generators, we're spending money on signs, we're spending money. tax and spend, tax and spend, tax and spend. Your taxes have went up every year, going way back before even 2013. Now we play this little hocus pocus game. Some people like to say, well, we kept the millage the same. Yeah, but your property values went up. And if you remember back to like 3rd, 4th grade multiplication, A is the millage, B is your property values. You multiply the two together, that's the tax you pay. Whether I increase A or increase B, C goes up. So playing a shell game, your taxes are going up. Somebody came through last time and said, my property value went down. Well, you're the exception. Overall, went up 7% this year. So that's what we're going to wind up paying, okay? Now, there's caps and things like that, whether you're a homesteader or not. Bottom line, your taxes are going up. I can't vote for this. We put a charge on your water bill, which is nothing but a tax. It's for a stormwater fee, okay? And on top of this, Uncle Sam has given us like $8 million, $800,000 coming through on our budget, around $800,000 for that fee, Lynn?
We haven't got that money yet.
But it's coming. You've applied for it, and 50% will be in to us, I think, by October, and then the remaining comes within the next year or two. So you've got like $800,000 to spend on infrastructure projects. So it's not like we can't take care of the infrastructure. This city could do with a little bit less. And I think the people could do better and with more of their money. And quite frankly, your Social Security didn't go up by 7.5%. Neither did your cost of living on anything else. Your taxes are. So I'm going to vote no on this, and join me, Frank. Anyone else?
I find it hard to believe people's cost of living is not going up. I don't buy that for a second. I see inflation everywhere. Yes, gas prices are rising. Basically, groceries are going up. Everything is going up. Cost of construction is going up, which means that also things that this city has to buy, they're going up also. This makes perfect sense to hold at this current millage rate, and I'm going to vote yes for it.
Robin?
I agree cost of living is going up, like you said, but as a result, to help with that, if taxes did go up, would benefit the residents, especially the ones that are living more paycheck to paycheck or social security check to social security check. You're right, if things that need to be done for the city, prices for those are also going up. But remember, we're doing things that don't need to be done for the city, in my opinion, like the sign. So stuff like that, I think we're using our money, we're not being smart or fiscally responsible. We're using it as in it's never going to run out, so buy whatever you want, and hey, at last minute, throw the extra $5,000 wave on. That, I think, is inexcusable. So I don't agree with this. I would be more in favor of the rollback rate.
Any other council comments? I just have one more thing to add.
And this is really a message to the citizens. We're going to, very shortly, I'm going to go back to Leslie Natero since she brought this motion, she'll have the last word, and then we're going to call this question, okay? And a yes vote on this raises your taxes. It's that simple. So there's going to be minutes that are going to be published, and you get a copy of those minutes, they'll be out on the website, and you remember that. You remember that in March. Remember that. If any of the people that vote yes for that, if they run again, you can do what you want. Or if somebody votes no and you think they should have voted yes, you can take care of that too. You get your say at the ballot box. We'll try and get our say tonight. We'll see what we're going to do. Leslie Natero, you have the last word.
I maintain the position that this is a responsible move to take. It helps build some reserves that we need. It does some infrastructure improvements that we need, and I strongly urge everyone to vote in favor of this millage rate.
Lynn, this says to
2.0394.
2.0394, yes. Leslie, if your mic is not on or it's not picking up you, so if you just drag that a little closer, that'd be
Sorry.
perfect. Lynn, it says call for the vote, but we always typically read the question, so I think we should read the question. Okay, that's fine. All right. So this is consideration of Resolution 2021-08, a resolution of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida, establishing the final ad valorem millage rate for the fiscal year 2021 through 2022 for the city of Bel Air Beach, Florida at 2.0394 mils and establishing an effective date. Patty, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Aki,
No.
Councilmember Bankert,
No.
Councilmember Gunn,
Aye.
Councilmember Notaro,
Aye.
Councilmember Swope,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Gaddis,
Aye.
Mayor Manzo.
Nay. So the votes are 4-3, and the motion passes. The millage rate will be set at 2.0394. I have to read something else. And it says the final millage rate for the city of Bel Air Beach is 2.0394 mils for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2021, and ending September 30th, 2022, and is 7.04% higher than the rolled back rate of 1.9053 mils due to a 7.6% increase in property values. The purpose for setting the millage rate at 2.0394 is to fund the general fund expenses for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2022. That concludes question number 1. Question number 2 is consideration of resolution 2021-09, a resolution of the city of Bel Air Beach, Florida, making appropriations for certain expenditures, expenses, capital improvements, and certain indebtedness of the city of Bel Air Beach, Florida for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2021 and ending September 30th, 2022, and establishing an effective date. Let me ask again, this is for the budget now, any comments from the public? Seeing no hands, I'll close public comment. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Gaddis makes the motion, and a second?
Second.
Leslie Notaro. Dave Gaddis.
I'll defer to the city manager.
City Manager Reeves?
Yes, Mayor and Council, this is the approval of the general fund capital projects budgets for fiscal year 21-22, and we've reviewed the budgets, and over the last few months, we've had things added and subtracted, which we discussed at the last hearing. So I'm asking for your approval.
Council, any comments? Okay, I'll say I'm going to oppose this for the same reasons that for the taxes. This is the money that's being spent, this is the operating budget, capital budget. Same reasons, tax and spend, just can be much better sharpening that pencil and toning this thing down. Frank?
My big question is, we'll probably get $400,000 from the Fed this year, and $400,000 next year. What do we do when that money dries up? Because we're gonna be in this spending mode, in my opinion, and we're gonna be $800,000 short or $400,000 short on a budget of what, $1.2 billion? It's a lot of money.
You're asking me what I would do? You know what I would do. I wouldn't approve it to begin with. Okay, I take that gift from the federal government and I cut back everybody's taxes, but that tax thing is over with, but we could still trim the budget. Okay, but it would go into our reserves. We've got plenty of reserves. I think we've got $2 million of reserves. We're way better now than where we were 3 years ago. So we're racking up the money. And then look, we are fixing some infrastructure that had been deferred over time. That there's no question about that. There was some, neglect, I'll say, and this is the far past. This isn't anybody on this council or probably the prior council, but it's being addressed now. And you can see it if you go around the city. There's, Lynn Reeves started from block 1 and is working his way through the town with floodwater control and everything else. So no one can complain about how we're maintaining the infrastructure. Now we're getting more money. Just a gift, a total gift. I mean, that's free money. Unfortunately, citizens don't benefit from it. They'll get some construction, but they won't save any money. Sorry. I know Publix isn't lowering the prices this week, but anyone else? Dave Gaddis, you have the last word?
Call the question.
So So this is consideration of Resolution 2021-09, a resolution of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida, making appropriations for certain expenditures, expenses, capital improvements, and certain indebtedness of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2021, and ending September 30th, 2022, and establishing an effective date. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Bankert,
No.
Councilmember Gunn,
Aye.
Councilmember Notaro,
Aye.
Councilmember Swope,
Aye.
Councilmember Aki,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Gaddis,
Aye.
Mayor Manzo.
Nay. So it passes 5-2. And I have to read something. It says, Resolution 2021-09 is adopted, establishing a budget for the City of Bel Air Beach. This is cut off, but I think it says for the fiscal year, beginning October 1st, 2021, and ending September 30th, 2022, with the final millage rate of 2.0394 mils, which is 7.04% higher than the rollback rate of 1.9053 mils. That concludes question number 2. It also concludes this meeting. Motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Okay, Gaddis, second, please.
Second.
Bangford and Robinacki, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?